DeAndre.
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 The one and only.
When they see me, they know that every day when I'm breathing, it's for us to go farther. You know, every time I speak, I want the truth to come out.
All right, so we have streamers who ruin their lives in seconds. Okay, I always like these videos from Tuve, Tuvie, you know your name. Shout out to you for the vid. Let's just get into it. Let's just get right into it. Streamers who ruin their lives in seconds. It's a 20-minute video, so we're gonna get into it, man. I'm interested to see who's on this list. I can already see what Smash got. Hitochi Yuchi.
The streaming world is marking its place on becoming one of the most polarizing spaces in the entertainment industry. We all have our favorite streamers, and if we don't catch them live, well, surely they have a YouTube channel where they post their clips and let us see what they're up to. Even though it seems like the easiest job in the world, I mean, who wouldn't want to react to some clips, play video games, grow a community, all while getting paid? Well, the success stories that we see are only the top percent. Some streamers just couldn't fake it till you make it, and ended up ruining their entire lives. We've spoken about streamers' careers being ruined before, but today, we're going a tier below that. Welcome to streamers who ruin their lives in seconds.
Okay.
Hitochi Yuki, aka Smash God XXX.
Hold up a second. Hold up, Tuve. You in a whole new you in a new little situation. I see, man. I see the background. Shout out to Chucky. I like that Chuck E. Cheese shirt, man. I'm saying, where you at, man? You're not in that bedroom no more, man. Where you at? You done upgraded. I see you, bruh. I see you.
Going a tier below that. Welcome to streamers who ruin their lives in seconds.
Right.
Hitochi Yuki, aka Smash God XXX. Real name Hitochi Yuki, had a career as a streamer and did what your regular streamer would do. You know, fire up the cameras, talk about random things, engage with his audience, and stay entertaining. Things were actually going well for him. His just chatting style in IRL vlogs garnered him about 11,000 subscribers on Twitch, where he would occasionally feature his girlfriend Jess. One day, in March of 2021, Smash God and his girlfriend were live and they were just doing the usual. Chilling, he's vaping, and Jess is on her phone scrolling and typing. But then they start arguing and suddenly things take a very wild turn. See, he wanted to get Jess out of the room because he wanted to talk just to the chat for a moment.
Just get out. I'll open the door for you. Jess, please. Please. Leave my stream and me alone. Get out, please.
Why are you telling on me now?
No, I'm not. But I need to talk to chat without you here. This is serious. If I want to keep fierce, you gotta go out. Jess, please. Why are you acting like that? Why are you acting like that? For real. Don't come at me like you know everything.
I
You
don't
know
know
shit.
anything.
Exactly, so keep your mouth shut.
He persuades her to leave, saying, "Yo, get out of here for a second. I need to talk to the chat just without you."
I mean, I'm not going to say that's like a weird thing. Like, I mean, people do that all the time, right? Like, their significant other will be there in the stream with them, and then, you know, they'll just ask them to leave. And, you know, for the most part, they'll just go, right? Like, now me personally, like, I mean, what the hell do you have to say to chat that's like so private? Like, it's always a weird thing to me, right? Because first of all, it's like, it's not a private place. Like, yeah, it's your own community, but it's still public. And it's not like she can't go back and watch the VODs, especially if you save the VOD. So she'll know what you said, you know, like, it's not like it's a secret, you know? I mean, I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like he maybe kind of was a little bit of a dick about it, but like, also, why couldn't she just get up and go? Like, it's not like he said you can't ever come back. Like, you know, you should just say, hey, like, I need to, you know, talk to the chat for a second. I mean, he probably could have said it a little differently, but I don't get all this.
Just get out. I'll open the door for you. Please leave my stream and me alone. Now, it seems Jess didn't want to leave because she just sits there ignoring him. He gets annoyed and presses on, even saying, "Bring me my beer. My beer is right there in the living room, actually." And pausing there for just a moment, that's a really gross thing, I feel like, to say during an argument. It almost has the vibe of like, women belong in the kitchen. Go get me my beer. Go get me my insert food item here.
Kinda
Just
weird.
has those vibes. Jess, maybe realizing his response, I'm not your fucking maid. Now, this is when things turn even nastier because Smash God then stands up, turns the camera away from both of them, and we can hear a loud slap in the background. The dude seemingly smacked his girlfriend live on stream. It happens within just a few seconds, but those seconds were enough to get him in big trouble, which he clearly didn't anticipate at the time. The stream cut off and his sister took the camera, but the duo returned after a while. They try to act like nothing happened, 99% sure she was being forced to say it was okay. However, the chat
Hold up. I'm in the way, y'all. I'm in the fucking way.
wasn't buying it. Jess attempted to downplay the situation, but people still got riled up. It got worse from there as he attempted shifting the blame to her. He can be heard saying, obviously, me and my girls here together, all good and shit. You caused this. It's kind of your fault. You can't say it's mine. I just try to chill.
Obviously, me and my girls over here together, all good and shit.
But this is too much.
Damn, man. Why the fuck? You know, I'm gonna just come over here. I try to like get out the way and I try to do all this shit.
Like, stop making up the stories. It's just so annoying. Just don't lie. Can you just don't lie?
Easier said than done, huh? Yeah, it is. You caused this.
I mean, if we're being honest, he does look like a douchebag. Like, if we're being
I can't
honest.
say it's mine. I just try to chill.
Classic manipulation tactic, the good old deflect. The dude allegedly inflicted harm on his partner, then goes ahead and blames her for it. And people saw right through that and decided to give him a piece of their minds. On this YouTube video that has been viewed over 2.7 million times, you can see comments like, if he's bold enough to act like this in front of his fans, then imagine what happens when he's off stream.
Right.
314 made my blood boil. The fact that he blames this whole situation on her is awful. Anyway, Smash God's free fall doesn't
Right.
stop there. He actually doubled down. Facing backlash from Reddit and Twitter, he decided to scare people off. First, he tried to get his chat to downvote this Reddit post that captured the entire situation. Then, in a classic internet fail, he tried to send a cease and desist letter to anyone who talked about the situation. He got
Wow.
roasted for the letters.
Cease and desist, man. Like, when will people ever learn, bro? Like, trying to go the legal route when it comes to internet shit is never gonna work out. And even if you succeed in like the cease and desist and like, you know, like now the new meta is like the fake lawsuits, right? Or even if they do actually sue you, like their whole thing isn't to really take it to court or take it to trial, right? They just want to drain you of money, right? Like, it's just another bully tactic. Cease and desist, man, all because you were in the wrong and you knew you were in the wrong. Like, come on, man. It's just such a punk ass thing to do. But he looks like it. Like, he honestly looks like the kind of guy that would do some shit like this. 100% looks like a douchebag. 100%. And he probably 100%, no, not probably, he 100% did whatever the hell he, you know, Tuve said he did. If he slapped her, then I believe it, because he looks like the kind of guy that would do that, especially like after hearing like that whole situation on the stream. He 100% did that.
Authenticity in return. After all that, he got banned from Twitch and tried appealing, but I believe he never got accepted back. For most of his fans, which I'm gonna assume they're not fans anymore, that stream is the last time they ever heard from Smash God. Looking up Smash God on Google or YouTube leads to that event and that event only. I couldn't find his social media links, though those are probably just taken down as well, but this is what he's gonna be known for the rest of his life. Good riddance. Stefan McCullough, aka Vote Saxon 07. Picture this. Stefan is a normal streamer. He puts in the work, you know, as great streamers do. He's a gamer and he loves streaming GTA. Then in August of 2022, things are actually still going great, and Steve, we're gonna call him Steve now, even officially brings a girl into his life, Natalie McNally. So he's doing his streaming thing, he has his girlfriend, and to make it even better, they have a baby on the way. Natalie, who was 32 at the time, was pregnant with Steve's child, and their parents knew about it. Now, I wish the story's ending was that they had a beautiful child and lived happily ever after, but sadly, that's not the case. A few weeks later, things turned really ugly. On the 18th of December, Natalie lost her life in a very cruel way. Earlier that day, she had been at her parents' home in Lurgan, Northern Ireland, hanging out with them, watching the World Cup finals. She then left and arrived at her home in Silverwood, Lurgan, at 7 p.m. as per CCTV footage. At 8:52 p.m. that same night, the CCTV captures a man arriving at the same address and leaving at 9:30 p.m. It would later turn out that this is the time frame within which Natalie, who had been 15 weeks pregnant, was fatally stabbed. Now you're probably wondering what Steve features in this story. Well, he was up to some very suspicious stuff. First, just before Natalie
Oh yeah. I did a video on this dude. I did a video on this guy like months ago. Yeah, this dude like faked being on stream. Like he like recorded the stream like the day or two before he knew he was gonna commit this murder or whatever, so that he would have an alibi, right? So like he recorded the stream, he put it out on the same day. Like it was a made up thing. Like he recorded the stream and did his whole stream thing and then put it out on that day, right? That way, like he could go commit the murder, and then when the police would find out, they'd be like, "Oh, you know, I had an alibi. I was on stream. See, it's me right here. I'm streaming, right? Like, how could I commit this murder when I'm sitting right here streaming? Y'all clearly see me in the chair talking to chat, right? Right? But he wasn't. He wasn't talking to chat at all. He had already pre-recorded it and, you know, put it out there. So, I mean, it was just, it was wild. It was wild, y'all. It was a wild galaxy brain thing that he did. And, you know, Jimmy Neutron level, you know, thing that he did. And he just didn't get away with it.
Left her parents'
Obviously.
home, Steve texted her that he would be live streaming GTA from 6 p.m. and probably through the night. He had planned that live stream in advance and
Right.
even promoted it on his Twitter with a custom-made poster, which read "Festive Steamy Goodness Live." So he was live streaming while his girlfriend got murdered. Absolutely not. This dude set up a pre-recorded 6-hour-long GTA live stream. He used this to use as an alibi because he murdered his pregnant girlfriend. Going back to the live stream, he pre-recorded it a week before and mentioned in there how he was having a difficulty with the chat, obviously so he wouldn't have to respond to the live chats, and said
Right.
that he put away his phone.
So, what are we doing tonight? Well, because this streaming software is kind of up the left, it means I can't check the live chat, which is a real shame. So, by all means, talk amongst yourselves. I could use my phone to dip in every now and again and check it, but I've decided that I kind of hate live streams where people just sit and read comments and go, "Oh my God, yes, ask me questions, better."
That's so fucking crazy, yo. Like, y'all ever sit and think like, damn, like the dude, the person I could be watching could be like some fucked up ass individual off stream, which is very likely the case, right? Like, I mean, no one's perfect, but I mean, to know that you're watching a murderer, like, or not to know, but like to find out that you're watching a murderer, an actual legitimate killer, and not even know it is crazy to me. That's insane. Like, this dude, you know, just looks like your typical average everyday streamer, only to be a vicious murderer, man. It's crazy.
And also, if I go on my phone for too long, I'll end up just scrolling through TikTok, and the amount of time that I've lost scrolling through TikTok is unbelievable. So yeah, phone's away.
And then it's around
Can't
this
look at the
time
live chat
too,
for some
man. Like
bloody
Christmas
reason,
and
despite
shit.
the
Like,
whole thing freezing. OBS
fucking
just
crazy.
screws up. Right, yeah. So I need to get my anxiety about whether or not the stream will crash just out of the way, otherwise it'll affect the whole bloody thing. But yes, if you have questions, comments, opinions, anything like that, tough. What I want this to be, right, is, do you know, like when you used to watch Big Brother back in the day, and like E4 had like a live stream that ran like all night and it was just live footage from the house? It's kind of going to be like that. So, you know, like you can dip in, you can dip out, that sort of thing. And meanwhile, I'm just going to be focusing on playing the game. All good? All good.
The fake live stream titled Violent Night Christmas Live Gaming Stream went on for about 6 hours. Where was Steve from 6 p.m. to midnight? Well, committing the murder. But how was he caught? Thanks to extensive CCTV footage, detectives were able to piece together his movements. They saw a man, the man in the CCTV, walk down to a bus stop that's near Steve's home at around 7:09 p.m., disguised in a large hood, a snood, and gloves. The man takes a bus, pays cash, but then drops some coins that he's unable to pick due to the thick gloves. He pulls the gloves off to reveal yellow-orange gloves underneath. He lights at Lurgan and the cameras capture him entering Natalie's residence. Neighbors heard a woman screaming during this time. He's captured again leaving with a backpack, having changed clothing,
Wow. Wow.
but still disguised. He then takes a taxi that drops him at a home address, his home address, where he comes in and comes back out to pay for the taxi. Then, minutes later, Steve's phone becomes active after being off for hours. Oh, and Natalie's German Shepherd never attacked or barked at this man, obviously because the dog already knew him. So, piecing it all together, coupled with intensive forensic evidence on the latex gloves amongst other things, detectives were certain that the man in the CCTV was Steve. They believed that Steve killed Natalie because he found 33 WhatsApp messages with another male on her phone. There was a lot of other damning evidence against him, including shared passwords, his access to her phone, browsing history, hints on the live stream, etc. But it was the discovery of the fake stream that prompted him to issue a pre-prepared statement. Were it not for the evidence, he might have actually walked away with it. And I think for a moment he actually thought he got away with it. He went to her wake, he mourned with her family, and attended a rally in her name for support of ending violence against women. Anyway, that was the last of Steve's streams, as he'll be going away for.
But yeah, I mean, some of the stuff I didn't know, but yeah, I remember, like I said, I remember doing a video on this guy, and you know, it's just fucking crazy, man. Just insane what people out here are capable of doing, man. Seriously, streamers, YouTubers, content creators, man, they are no different, bruh. I'm telling you, they're just regular people who post on internet videos. Keep telling people that, man. Don't put people up on pedestals, man. I get it. You may like the content, and you may like, the person or whatever, and that's cool. But, you got to realize at the end of the day, you don't know these people, man. You really don't. You really don't.
Good, as his sentencing is due this month. Joshua Block, aka World of T-Shirts. Well-known influencer, World of T-Shirts spends a lot of time live streaming and getting drunk. He's a tour guide and does so for the East Village and North Brooklyn areas. He does what most influencers do, entertain the masses on social media. He used to be pretty good at what he did and amassed quite a fan base.
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? National Coffee Day.
Not a big coffee drinker.
His TikTok sits at 2.5 million followers and has over 197 million likes. He also has an Instagram that has over 80,000 followers. People really seem to like this guy, as his comments used to be full of support. So glad you're on vacation, Josh. You deserved one. Josh, where's your next adventure? We love that you take us with you. No need for us to go on vacation now, thanks. But while some think Josh is just living his best life, some people who have been his keen followers from back in the day insist that he's on a downward spiral, sort of like his career and life are headed for the pits. How so? Well, using this TikTok by Noah Glenn Carter as an example, it seems there has been a massive shift in Josh's content, especially after his arrival in New York. While originally back in 2020, he would share clips of him reviewing coffee drinks and other likable stuff, since he got to New York City, he has posted thousands of videos of him wandering around, and he's almost always drinking. And I'm not talking about coffee, like here, and here. Actually, fans notice the change in beverage choices, and comments like, I really wonder how much Josh spends on alcohol a year. Why is he flexing his alcoholism? The guy knows he's done for, begin to appear in his videos. Also, allegedly, from this comment here, he used to live with his grandparents who wanted him to get treatment for alcoholism, but he refused, and that's why he's been rolling solo for a while now. Again, allegedly. Actually, not completely solo, because he's been featuring a guy named Michael Quinn in a lot of his videos, and fans believe that Quinn is a bad influence. You can see in this clip, for example, Josh is discussing almost proudly with Quinn how he vomited all over the place when they were both at the bar. Very quickly, likable Josh turned into unpredictable Josh.
Love discusses vomiting all over bars under Michael Quinn's watch.
Little beauty bar in the East Village. I puked all over the place and ran out before the bartender came back. I was with Quinn when that happened. And I puked in my drink, and then I drank it. You saw that?
I did see that.
That's what happened.
Definitely a spiral. Don't know about Josh, but this definitely looks like a spiraling, out of control guy. I mean, just off the surface. Just off the surface. Yeah, I'm a little bit stuffy, man. This weather out here, man, in PA has been unpredictable. I'm not sure about anywhere else, but here it's just unpredictable, man. Like right now, it is basically almost 50 degrees on Christmas. Well, the day after Christmas. And, it's just been ridiculous.
I love you. Thanks. God bless you. Can I give you a hug? Are you fucking serious? She just kissed me. She just fucking kissed me. She just kissed me. What the fuck? I'm gonna fucking report her. She just fucking kissed me. I'm gonna report her. She just kissed a stranger.
And that brings us to his issues, or rather controversies. In a video, this one here, Josh was filmed stomping on a fish, which he later claimed was dead and that he was set up. Apparently, the person was not supposed to film him doing it. Some people of course took offense to this despite his explanations. In that clip also, you can see that he's holding alcohol. And this relationship he has with alcohol seems to be a source of other mishaps. For instance, how he has been accused of saying racial slurs. Anyway, based on the information going around, we might be witnessing a man losing his career and or life in a rather terrible way. From what I've seen, many people have reached out to help, but to no avail. I hope this man gets the help he needs because he's obviously going through something and drinking seems to be his coping mechanism. Josh, if you're seeing this, please get help. You seem to have a community that really cares about you.
I will say this, man. It is unfortunate, man, when you see like either streamers, YouTubers, or whoever have their careers look so promising and then that shit just tanks, man. Like that shit is crazy. And I've seen numerous YouTubers go through that. Numerous, right? Whether it be like, I mean, most of the time it's always their fault, right? But like, man, it's just, you hate to see shit like that, man. I remember when I remember this one person, I'm not going to say their name, but like, I just remember watching this one YouTuber, man. And he was very popular in like the Madden space, like, you know, the video games. And, you know, I remember I would get a lot of tips from him as far as how to play Madden better, right? Like be a better Madden player. Because before then I was trash. Now I'm like decent, you know what I mean? But yeah, like he was cool. And then all of a sudden, man, he just started just going downward, man. Like he didn't really post for like a year or two. And then, you know, he tried to come back. But then when he came back, like you could tell like it just looked like he was on something. It looked like he was like, you know, I think he was homeless. Some of y'all might know who I'm talking about, but like it was just bad, man. But the rumors were always there about him that, you know, he was either on drugs or like, you know, he was doing something. And then just, you know, clips would come out. He would try to go live, you know, and then there was always rumors about him scamming the fans or scamming his subscribers. It was just always something. And then I think he ended up catching the case for like animal abuse or something, because I think he had like a dog. But I mean, dude, I mean, it's just so much shit. But I mean, he's definitely not the only person that I've seen, you know, have like a downward spiraling, you know, YouTube career like that, you know. And a lot of people think like, oh, this shit's easy. Oh, this shit is this, you know, it would be a great job to have. And of course it is, you know, whether it's a hobby or it's a full-time job for some people. But, you know, you got to realize that, you know, a lot of people are not in the best mental space doing this. They're just not. But it's a double-edged sword, because a lot of times that's what creates the great content that you love, or the entertaining content that a lot of you enjoy. Because they're not right up here, it allows for them to kind of think of things nobody else would think about, or say things that nobody else would say, or be as entertaining as they are. So it comes with a price, you know what I mean? And a lot of times, you know, especially streamers and YouTubers, like they're not the most socially gifted, socially aware. So they don't know, you know, or they're just not aware of how to socialize. You know, a lot of times they're just in their houses, in their apartments for hours, days sometimes, you know what I mean? So, you know, sometimes they just don't realize, man, how to just be a human being. That's a real thing. But I've seen plenty of these things go south.
Joe Ortega, aka Joe Daddy _505. Next up is a guy who, just like Smash God, left his camera on, revealing his ugly side. Known to his fans as Joe Daddy 505, this guy did one of the dumbest things on camera, and it cost him his entire career. This happened back in 2016 when Joe was heard assaulting his girlfriend live on stream. In the extensive clip that goes on for about 5 minutes, we can hear the girlfriend screaming and crying, and there's a commotion that sounds like a physical altercation. I'm not going to share the clip here due to its sensitive nature. It turns out, as reported by the Daily Mail that Joe had both physically and sexually assaulted the woman. As more
What?
details were revealed, it became clear that he had been playing NBA 2K16 on his PlayStation 4, and after the stream ended, he forgot to turn off his audio, hence capturing the incident. It's unclear, however, what the argument was
It's
about,
always the
but
audio.
I don't think that matters. For the most part, it sounds like the woman is trying to defend herself, even saying, "Get off of me," as
I can't say how many times like I've forgotten to turn off the fucking camera or, you know, the mic or something. Like it's always something like that, man. It's crazy.
Joe keeps shouting profanities at her. She can also be heard saying that she was going to call the police, and Joe's response is some vulgarity I'm not going to include in this video. At some point, the woman seems to shout, "You're raping me," and at no point does the argument calm down. He was really bent on attacking her the whole time, and I can't even count how many times he used the word whore. I actually went through the transcribed version of the conversation on Reddit, and interestingly, at one point he says, "What'd you say to your doctor, bruh?" Which I have no context for. But then at some other point, he accuses her of having sex with a lot of people. Soon after, the internet found out, and what can I say? No one was a fan of this dude. Now, you would think that Joe was arrested, right? Well, wrong. The police, Valencia County deputies, said that they wouldn't take action because an audio recording isn't enough evidence. There has to be a victim who comes forward. And so after the incident, Joe went online and made this post trying to blame his actions on alcohol and his father recently passing away. However, no one would hear any of it. He got banned from Twitch, and I think realizing he was done for, he deleted his social media accounts. Twitch, when asked about Joe's case by Engadget, said they do not comment on policy violations. They also clarified that if they suspect that a user on the platform is in imminent physical harm or harm to others, they would share such details with law enforcement, but only enough information to allow officers to ascertain the threats. Anyway, this was the last that Joe's fans ever heard of him, and it seems his career and life were ruined due to this event. Aqualadora. Picture this. You're sitting
Crazy.
at your desk,
The
watching
internet
a
is-
random Twitch stream where a
The internet is no place to be a douchebag. Just letting you know. Just letting you know, man. For those of you wanting to be in content creation or a streamer or whatever, just don't be an asshole. Simple as that, man.
host and 3 guests are discussing their lives and random experiences. The host asks, "What's the worst thing you've ever done in your life?" A seemingly harmless question, but one of the girls on the stream says that she killed a dog on purpose. Let's talk about it. Now, on Raji Patel's stream over 5 years ago, when he hosted Simone Scott, popularly known as Aqua or Aqualadora, and 2 other gamer girls, Jenna and FT Bella, this caused a lot of commotion. In the stream, Aqua's response to the question was that when she used to work as a veterinary technician, she basically knowingly killed a person's dog. She specifically says, "I once killed a person's dog on purpose." Raji and the other guests are stunned by the answer, and he seeks to clarify what she just said by asking, "On purpose?" She casually says, "Yeah, but no one knows cause, you know, professional." He pushes her to say it was an accident, but the words were already out, and they would cause a massive stir in the gaming community. And I mean, just any community in general.
What about you, Aqua? What's the worst thing that you've ever done to somebody? Cam up in the tiny chat, by the way, when you're in.
Yeah.
What's
well, I used to work as a veterinary technician, so I once killed someone's dog on purpose, and I
glow on purpose?
Yeah, but no one knew because
Oh my
professional. But
Oh no!
just
Oh my god, that's really bad. I'm gonna pretend like you didn't say that. Just say it was an accident. That is.
It was an accident.
Oh my god.
Nah, but like what? Like you literally said it on purpose. Like you could have said anything else, but you decided to just admit to murdering an animal. And as a dog lover and a dog owner, I definitely don't fuck with this person. Like that is not cool, gang. That's not cool, gang. You did it on purpose? And who's to say that like that person's dog that you killed isn't on the stream right now? I mean, I know you didn't say any names, but I mean, how many pets have you killed? How many animals have you murdered? Like, you just admitted to one, so I mean, shit, you've probably done it a few times then. Now, if you said it was on accident, it's different, but you literally just said it was on purpose. So now you're fucked.
Scochin, thank you for the $4.20 donation.
Her justification? Well, she says that the owner was a really bad person. I think it's just weird how like she thinks she's so quirky saying it. She was so calm and like, yeah, that's so cool. No, bro, what the fuck was that? Are you gonna just go, what the fuck? And apparently there was a second clip where she added more details. Polygon reports that she said the dog was pretty shitty too. Anyway, the first video was shared.
Like that's like serial killer right? Like that's like serial killer-esque, right? Like killing animals, isn't that like the first sign of like a serial killer, right? And no remorse or sense of guilt at all. What kind of fucked up sociopath shit is this? Yeah, man. Like when you start like murdering animals, like that's like sociopathic serial killer shit. I mean, he took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, that's like fucked up, bro. I mean, now granted this is like from 2018, but still, like that's fucked up, man. Can't be doing shit like that, especially as a vet. What?
On Twitter by Dion Anderson, a popular game dev and show host, and it elicited lots of reactions. The tweet got comments like, I mean, girl, you gotta be a whole other kind of evil to just nonchalantly go on about some shit like this. Hope there's some sort of legal investigation and punishment on this unruly wench. The story also got to Reddit, and the comments were even harsher. Reggie also shared his thoughts on the encounter on Twitter, saying that he did not condone animal abuse and would not invite her to his platform again. In the tweet, he explained, I'm really upset about it and can't believe anybody would have the capacity to do something like that. Also, I think just to be sure he was on the right side of controversy, he said he would donate the $600 raised from the live stream to a non-profit animal welfare organization called Best Friends. Aqua, on the other hand, said she was just trolling and thought the community would understand. So funny, dude. You got us. You really got us, man. She pulled
that trolling shit. That trolling shit is not going to work all the time. You got to know when to do it and how to do it. You can't troll on shit like certain things, bruh. I mean, I get dark humor and all of that. Like, that's cool. But a lot of y'all just don't know how to do it. And y'all try to, like, when the shit gets too hot, when the kitchen gets a little too hot for y'all, then all of a sudden y'all want to start copping out with the, oh, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. But, like, nah, yo. You know what I mean? That's just not cool, bruh. Like, there's like a whole organization dedicated to the bettering of animals, okay, and that's called PETA. You know what I mean? Like, there's like the SPCA and like there's shelters and all of that, like that care about animals. I mean, you have groups on fucking Facebook. You know what I mean? That give a damn about their pets and animals and things like that. Like you can't joke about certain shit. You know what I mean? Like that's not something to joke about. Like even for the most darkest humor lover, right? The person that finds joy in like, jokes like that, even they wouldn't even laugh at something like this. You know what I mean? Like that's just fucked up. That's fucked up. Some things you just don't do, because would you make that kind of a joke if it was a person, right? Oh, yeah, I accidentally killed a person. Or no, I killed somebody on purpose. But, I mean, the person was kind of an ass. So, they deserved it. Like, nobody would be laughing. It's the same thing. Same thing, in my opinion. A lot of people look at their pets as another human in the house. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it doesn't really matter, like, how shitty the owner was. Like, that's not your job to put them down, especially if they came to you for something. Like, obviously, they're not that bad of an owner if they're taking them to the vet. Because clearly they give a fuck about the dog, or they give a fuck about the pet, or whatever, like the cat, or whatever the fuck. Like, they give a fuck about that animal, which is why they're bringing them to you. I don't know. But that trolling shit, man, a lot of y'all don't know how to do it, and it shows.
Classic I killed a dog joke that we all know and love, man. I love that joke, which I personally think she made up the fact that it was a joke. But anyway, fuck this person. Let's head on to the next one.
That's always how it is.
Reshetnyak, aka trash vlogger Reflay. Back in 2020, a Russian vlogger did a really dumb thing on a live stream and would soon after get 6 years in jail for it. Popularly known as trash vlogger Reflay, real name Stanislav Reshetnikov, this 30-year-old thought it was wise to inflict abuse on his girlfriend live on stream for the entertainment of his viewers. The setup was that his viewers were donating to him to inflict verbal and physical violence on her, and I guess that the more money that came in, the more she suffered. Don't quote me on that though, but this really does sound like a red room. Reports say that he called her names like smelly and prostitute. Now, apparently at one point he locked her outside with barely any clothes on in sub-zero temperatures. She only had underwear on. Now, unfortunately, when Reshetnikov was gonna let her back into the house, she was already dead. Carrying her inside, and while streaming, he says, "My bunny, what's up with you?" before saying, "Guys, no pulse. She's pale. She is not breathing. Most people actually assume she died from freezing to death, but the investigations revealed an interesting turn. Apparently, Reshetnikov had hit her earlier that day, which he admitted to, and he hit her really hard on the head, which was actually the cause of death. But I'm sure being locked outside in the cold didn't do her any better. I don't know how sick the viewers were on the live stream, because even though it was evident that she had died, no one cared to call emergency services. We've seen a lot of cases with Twitch being relevant where the chat does call 911 or something along the lines, like they get the info out, but I have no idea what type of community this guy was growing for all of them to just, you know, keep it on the down low and not snitch. Anyway, medics pronounced her dead, and later an autopsy showed that she had craniocerebral trauma and multiple bruising on the face and hemorrhage of soft tissues. For his actions, he got arrested and was charged with intentional infliction of grievous bodily harm, dangerous to human life, committed with the use of an object used as a weapon, resulting in the death of a victim by negligence. An interesting bit of information that I found on this case is that during the trial period, his mother was quoted saying that he wouldn't hurt a kitten and was very kind. Yeah, he seemed really kind. As the sentencing was in 2021, it could be that this dude remains in jail for quite some time. But just how long, you may ask? This cunt was only given 6 years. Yup, he'll be a free man in 2027. If you guys enjoyed that video, make sure to leave a like. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we're trying out a new angle, which I think I'm going to keep. It's just a lot easier for me. And before the video ends, I quickly want to tell you guys about my new sponsor, GamerSupps. It's an
shout out GamerSupps, man. Yeah, man, that's fucked up. That's really fucked up, man. There's some fucked up people out here. Period. Point blank. Point blank, man. There's some really fucked up people out here. Can't believe that some of these people have platforms, but they do. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but you know, what are you gonna do? Yeah, it's gonna do it, man. But I just don't understand. I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. How you know, anybody can get a camera and an audience, you know, and unfortunately not everyone deserves one, right? Some people use their powers for evil instead of good. Sucks, man. Really, really sucks. But shout out to Tough for the vid, man. This shit was fire as usual. Shout out to you, my man. I see you with the new setup too, man. I fuck with it. I like it.